if you are in that situation where your partner gets defensive anytime you attempt to communicate, to express your feelings, and then you end up feeling like there's a problem just because you actually brought this up, you are not the problem. You are being made to feel like you're the problem for having a grievance, having a very natural human reaction to something that happened. You are being made to feel like you're being punished for feeling, for just being yourself. And so you might start to evaluate whether every single time something happens, you're like, is it worth it for me to bring this up? Because last time we did this, we didn't talk for 4 days. Do I want to do that? You start taking the responsibility for their behavior. They are the ones who are doing things that are hurtful and disrespectful, and you are the one who's like, push it down, push it down, push it down, because if you bring it to the surface, there's going to be a problem. They're going to threaten to leave you. They're going to tell you to leave. They're going to go to the pick-me's in the group and say, can you believe she said this? Like, you know, after
like
having...
She never asked him to tell her how she feels.
Yeah, like go learn from her. Stuff like that. If you are in that kind of relationship, I would, again, implore you to, instead of... I'm guessing that every single time you brought up an issue and there was defensiveness or whatever, this has happened many times, and you're at the point where you're like, what do I do next? Stop reacting to their behavior. Go inwards and ask yourself, instead of saying, where is this coming from? Why is this happening? Don't ask those questions, because you're trying to make sense of something that you already know doesn't make sense. What makes sense is if you and I are in a relationship, we love each other, we're connected, you know, we're working towards a life together. If you said something that hurt my feelings, and I tell you, that really hurt my feelings, you know what the healthy thing is? To say, I'm so sorry.
Tell me more.
I'm sorry. Like, I must have been
I'd love
just
to know more.
Yeah, I must have forgotten that, like, you know, I speak that way to my friends, and now, you know, there's an openness. All of a sudden you feel safe in expressing yourself. That's healthy.
Yeah.
So if you've gotten to a point where every communication, every attempt at communication, there's a wall in your face, and you know that the communication thing is not going to work, you're going to go inwards and ask yourself, what's the truth right now? What's reality? Reality is, I heard my partner say these really hurtful words to me that they should never say this to me or to someone that they love. The reality is, it hurts a lot. The reality is, it reminds me of certain patterns from my past relationships, from my relationship with my parents. It's bringing up a lot of tension in my arms, in my chest, in my heart, in my legs, wherever. I used to have like this pain around my eye. And I'll tell you the story in a little bit, but you start seeing that reality bubble up in your body, telling you, like, these are the things that hurt. These are the reactions we used to have when we were younger. This is what I'm feeling right now as a result of this trigger that was represented by my partner saying or doing something that was hurtful. The reality is, my partner isn't willing to work on this. The reality is, I've tried speaking to my partner about this so many times. They do not want to listen. They do not want to change the way they approach it. They are who they are. That's reality. The reality is, I deserve to be spoken to in a kind way. The reality is, I deserve to be spoken to in a respectful way. The reality is, I deserve to be told the truth. The reality is, I deserve to be in a relationship that's safe for me, that allows me to be vulnerable and open and to cry and to feel like I'm on the same team with someone, not like I'm being beaten down all the time. And unless I imagine it like, think of your entire body and you're like shutting off certain parts of it so that you could be this perfect silhouette for that person. The reality is, you deserve to be in your full presence, all the good parts and all the bad parts and all the feeling parts and the real parts and the hurt parts and the everything. you deserve to be that way in that relationship. So